Welcome to this standalone explainer on DPO, direct preference optimization. It reaches RLHF quality results with a single piece of algebra and no reinforcement learning loop at all. If PPO felt like a lot of machinery, a reward model, a value critic, a delicate training loop, DPO is the reaction to that. By the end, you will be able to derive it yourself and compute a single update by hand. Here is the plan. The algebra that makes the reward model vanish, the DPO loss derived from the RLHF optimum, a worked example with simple numbers, and an honest look at when DPO wins and when it loses to real online reinforcement learning. Here is the intuition, side by side. RLHF takes the long way. Train a reward model, then optimize it with reinforcement learning. DPO's insight is that the reward is already implied by the policy itself. So instead of building a separate reward model, we optimize the policy directly on the comparisons with one simple loss. Why does that matter in practice? Because every extra moving part is a chance for training to break. The reward model can be hacked, the value critic can be unstable, and the RL loop has knobs that are painful to tune. DPO collapses all of that into a single supervised style loss you can train like any classifier, which is exactly why it spread so fast. DPO comes from Rafailov and colleagues in 2023, born directly out of frustration with PPO's cost and instability. It won an Outstanding Paper Award at NeurIPS that year, and because it was so much easier to run, it swept through open source alignment within months. If you have fine-tuned an open model on preferences, you have probably used DPO. Now the one derivation that makes it all work. Recall from the PPO video that we optimize reward minus a KL penalty. That problem has a known optimal policy, shown on the first line. The trick is to turn that equation around and solve for the reward. It equals beta times the log of the policy divided by the reference. Now substitute that expression into the Bradley-Terry reward model loss from video 2. And here is the magic. The unknown reward function cancels completely, leaving a loss written purely in terms of the policy. No reward model to train, no RL loop to run, just one loss on comparison pairs. That is the whole idea of DPO. Let us compute one step by hand. With beta a half, suppose the policy already leans toward the chosen answer, a log ratio of plus 0.5 and away from the rejected one, minus 0.3. The inside term works out to 0.4, sigmoid of that is 0.60, and the loss is a small 0.51. The gradient of this loss raises the probability of the chosen answer and lowers the rejected one directly, with no sampling and no reward model anywhere in sight. Notice the reference model is what stops it from just inflating every probability. Now the instructive edge case. The policy has the preference backwards, wrongly disfavoring the chosen answer and favoring the rejected one. Now the inside term is negative and the loss jumps to 0.85, much bigger than before. That is exactly what you want. When the model is wrong, the loss is large, so the correction is strong and points in the right direction. When it is already right, the loss is small and it barely nudges. The loss polices itself. Geometrically, here is what DPO does. It is contrastive. It pulls probability toward the chosen answer and pushes it away from the rejected ones. The amber point is a hard negative, a rejected answer that is close to the chosen one, which is where most of the useful learning signal actually comes from. Now the catch that most tutorials skip, DPO is offline. It only ever sees a fixed set of comparison pairs and never samples fresh answers. So it can overfit the chosen set and drift on prompts it has not seen, and it is only as good as the pairs you feed it. Beta needs care too. Too small overfits, too large barely moves the policy. And here is that trade-off measured out. On chat preferences, the top two bars, DPO, essentially ties PPO. So for most alignment, you should just use the simpler method. But on hard reasoning, the bottom two bars, PPO's fresh online exploration, pulls clearly ahead. Offline learning cannot discover what is not already in the data. There is a practical rule of thumb hiding in this chart. If your task is about taste and style, where a fixed data set of human comparisons captures what you want, DPO is the efficient choice. If your task is about correctness, where the model needs to try, fail, and discover new strategies, you want online reinforcement learning. Keep that split in mind. It returns in the reasoning videos. So, to sum up, DPO rewrites RLHF as a single classification loss on the policy. No reward model, no PPO. Simple, stable, and offline. You can now derive DPO and compute a step by hand. In the next standalone video, we look at a third path that is simple and online, rejection sampling. Thanks for watching.